welcome. So this is a quick training video on how to use Simply Fleet, what we're using to track our apparatus repairs and maintenance, slowly putting in scheduling and so on and so forth. As you can see on my screen, that's the icon for it. When you open it up, it'll open to a dashboard, your dashboard. And you can choose all vehicles, which is what the default, or you can pick individual one. It'll show you things, it's kind of a running total of everything that's going on. Fuel efficiencies and total cost of what they say cost of ownership, but those numbers aren't accurate yet. As I get more entering data and so on and so forth, they will. The biggest thing that you need to be concerned about as a user in the district is all you need to worry about is these three little dots up here in the top corner, right there. Those are the only ones that you really need to worry about. You click that, and then again, the only thing you really need to worry about is right there. Issues. Don't worry about work orders or anything else, just issues. So you click issues, it's going to list all the current issues in the system that are in the system currently. Excuse me. You can change the filters up top here by unchecking things, like here's all the closed ones. You can see the ones in, uncheck that and do just the ones in progress. Or click open, just see the ones in open, or have them all three going. I would really appreciate if before you create an issue that you go through in the open and in progress ones and make sure that it's not already there. You can add notes. So if you, like under boxes here, you could add notes in the comments. It's something else you may have noticed about that reported issue, or did it reoccur again, or how frequently, so on and so forth. So if we want to create an issue though, we click add, and in the bottom right corner here it says add. So we're going to add an issue. You can choose whichever apparatus that you're working on or you're talking about. I do have the stations in here as quote unquote vehicles, so that if it's a problem with the building, door closers, the mini split system, so on and so forth, you can create it underneath those particular stations. So but once you choose your vehicle, you don't really necessarily have to worry about the dates and times. It's going to make the current one. Don't change your reported by, leave it as you, unless you're an officer and somebody has brought an issue to you. But everyone should be able to do this on their phones or even on a PC. It's nice to do it on your phone, and I'll show you why here in a little bit. So under issue, you create a quick description of what the problem is. And this is the description that will show up in the list, so that for when I'm scrolling through, or you're scrolling through and you're looking for just for example, the out backup light on the engine, it's right there, just quick description. And then the issue description, this is a little more in depth about what it is. Is it making noise, so on and so forth. You don't have to worry about priority unless the vehicle is going out of service. Don't let that box be checked, uncheck it. Unless it's absolutely out of service. Under comments, this is where, like, for instance, engine 72's alternator went out. It had a whining noise. It started with a whining noise. Obviously, when the engine accelerated, the whining would decrease with acceleration. Putting that kind of information in, is it happen when you hit the brakes? Does it happen when you accelerate? Does it only happen when you decelerate? So on and so forth. The more descriptive you can get and what's happening at the time, the better, and is more appreciated, honestly, by me, so that I can easier to diagnose the problem. Down here at the very bottom, it says attach receipts. Now this is here. This is, yes, you could attach receipts if you bought something for the issue, but most of it is just use it to take pictures. So if you're on your phone, you can click that and choose your camera, files. If you've already taken a picture, you can use your gallery. I'm not sure what it's called in Apple. The layout of the system is the same as an Apple, but I'm not sure how this particular works in Apple phone. But once you click on say camera, you can choose to take a picture. Once you take that picture, you click OK, and it'll save the picture right there in the camera, in the issue. That way I can pull that picture up and see right where you're talking about, which marker light, which headlight, what wheel has got big scuff marks, whatever the problem may be, you can take a picture of it. So, which is great and really helps, along with that description of what the problem is, would really help diagnose and make fixing the issue a lot quicker. As far as anything else in the system, you don't really need to worry about it. After you get done with your issue, you click save. I get notified. You get notified that you created the issue. When I create work orders from that issue, which is right back here on that little menu, I will create a work order. So I will go in, like under the backup lights here, I will go in and I will say manage issues, and I'll create a work order from that when I get ready to start working on it. And that's where I add service tasks as far as any parts I spent, the time I took to on it, and how long I spent on the problem. I do all that in the work order system. Unless you are fixing something, if you've fixed a problem, you don't need to create work orders. If you're going to fix the problem, you create an issue first, then you create a work order from that issue. Tracking your time. If you're working on something and you fix it, I've been putting in as a roundabout number $50 an hour. So if it takes you a half hour to fix it, put $50 in under work orders. And I'll go open one here real quick to show you. So just like under issues, there's lots of it looks just like work orders list, just looks just like the issues list, except it's got time to take into completion, which sometimes is accurate and sometimes not. I've just learned how it's tracking that. So right now, some of these aren't even accurate. So, but if we click on the Rescue 72, it looks like somebody created, I don't know, here we'll go. So here, we'll pick on Chief. So here's the work order I've created from this. When I get ready to work on it, I'll put in, there's the parts, and I'll put in some time and what it took me to do it under that service task. But you can see where it's got an issue associated with this work order, oil, lube, and filter change. There's what it's going to cost in parts, what it costs in parts for his oil, lube, and filter that we'll do on it. And when it actually gets completed, we'll put it in there. It's got receipts already in there of what was purchased. I put receipts in there for it. So anyway, most of the time you don't have to worry about the work orders. I'll deal with the work orders. Anything else, just worry about issues. Is right now is all you need to worry about. If you have a problem with something, create an issue, and I will create the work order when I get to a chance to work on that issue. So if you have questions, please reach out. I'm more than happy to sit down, show anybody specifics, and how to use it. It's actually a very simple system. So again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.